serious?
Hi there guys, welcome back to the Dutch channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. And what you see here is the front of my Axial SCX-10, a 1/10 scale crawler or scaler. And it's a very popular model in a very popular size, right? 1/10 scale, not a super big car, not a super small car, very popular, but oops. Yeah, this is not a crawler. So what you see here is actually the smallest RC car available. Yeah, it's super duper small. I actually don't even know the exact scale of this car. It's from Diatone. And if you are into RC cars, you might have never heard of Diatone. They primarily make drones, things that fly, right? And this is obviously not something that that typically flies. Yeah, so in this video I'm gonna show you how much fun this is. And it's a fully articulated steering RC car. Again, it's a lot of fun, more fun than I had anticipated. Let's dive into it. So this is actually how you get the cars in a cardboard box. Diatone 1/676 scale karting FPV car. Yeah, so Q33, does it actually say Q30? Well, that's the product name. Diatone Q33. Very small car. So why do I actually have two of them? Well, there are two versions. Here are the two versions of the Diatone Q33 small little car. And here is my hand for scale. Very, very small. So you can obviously the difference between these two cars, right? The one on your left is a regular RC car and the one on your right has a camera, yay, and actually even a video transmitter. This is an FPV car, and I misspoke, by the way. There is a third version, and the third version will come with an FPV goggle, like so, right? I have a FPV goggle on my face here, and the added benefit of that is that you look like a fool. You look like an imbecile with an FPV goggle. Yeah, that's the main benefit of an FPV goggle. You look ridiculous. Okay, so this is not the actual goggle you get with these Diatone cars. I already had a goggle, right? So I didn't order the version with goggle, but suffice to say, the third version will have a goggle to go with that FPV setup. Yeah, so that's fun. Regrettably, I have one of each, but it would be cool to race each other, like on slot car tracks, right? Line of sight or FPV. Both would be great. And I'm contemplating ordering more of these cars to race against friends. Maybe even construct a track. And both or all three of these come with a charging cable. That's all you need for the car. It has they have a GST connector over here for this plug, and a USB connector on the other side of this cable. And that's how you charge these cars. They have a running time of about an hour. Yeah, okay, these cars come with a secondary canopy, which you can, well, paint yourself if you want. They are always white. The cars themselves can be had in different colors, and you get a remote. A very basic remote, but you at least get a variable steering. And that means that the steering is not on-off, like this, on-off. It is really variable. So the cars are really easy to control, if you will. So that's nice. Again, in this type of car, in this scale of car, oftentimes you see non-variable steering, but these are, with this steering, a lot easier to drive. And also the throttle is variable. You can drive these cars very slowly, but also pretty fast. And how fast is that? Alright, so obviously these puny little cars aren't mega fast, they aren't lightning fast. But as you see on a tabletop like this isn't a small table, but still on the small side for the speed of these cars. This is really a challenge to get around these obstacles. And especially if you were to race others, drive with others, this is a lot of fun and again challenging. And yeah, okay, so these cars do not have any kind of suspension. I'm driving on a flat tabletop over here. And in a minute I'll show you what FPV driving these cars is like. You do ideally want to drive these on a flat surface. Little bumps are okay, but you'll be getting around the fastest on a flat surface. And so, yeah, you tell me in the comment section below. I think they are faster than I had expected. Again, not lightning fast, but on a tabletop like this is pretty hard to keep it on the table and to avoid obstacles. Then FPV driving these cars is actually pretty easy, well, a lot easier. And that's probably due to it being FPV, right? So you see exactly what is in front of the car. So it's reasonably easy to avoid chairs in this setting. The camera is pretty good actually, even in artificial light at night. So that's nice. And again, this would be great to race against others. You can drive these 4 at a time. There are 4 FPV frequencies to choose from, so you can, again, drive 4 at a time in a race. So that'd be nice. And yeah, so again, no suspension. You do see a little dribble in the vibration in the FPV feed, but not horrendously. This is perfectly drivable and a lot of fun. So yeah, the reception is great. Control, articulation of the steering is exactly what you'd want. The field of view is pretty narrow. I hope that's evident from this capture. So yeah, it does help if you know where you're driving, if you will. I haven't driven these cars on circuits yet. I think it wouldn't be super duper easy, but maybe that makes it more fun. Again, this is definitely a lot of fun driving FPV with these cars. This is definitely a nice addition to your FPV fleet. If it's rainy outdoors, you can drive indoors. A lot of fun this. And again, especially if you can drive with others. So, Dr. C, that's all very nice. Surely, however, there are negatives to this car, cons to this car. First of all, it's a one design pony. There's one body shell and that's what you see here. Maybe in time they'll release other body shells, and also it's not a realistic looking car. Is that a con or a downside? Depends on what you want, of course. I think they look nice. They look a little cartoonish, but again, it's not a realistic looking car. Fine. Also, no suspension at all. So on a bumpy surface, these will rattle around. A small car like this will also pick up dust, of course. I'm not sure what these cars look like. There's a little bit of dust on the axles. I haven't actually found that to be a problem. It doesn't bog the cars down, but yeah, after a while it becomes a ball of dust, if you will. Depends on how clean your floors are, of course. Other downsides, yeah, only 4 channels. So you can only run 4 FPV cars at a time. The non-FPV cars you can run a lot at a time. But yeah, so and it might actually be a downside that they are pretty fast. You can run the transmitters in child-safe mode or in beginner mode. That way they'll be half as fast, I think. But even then, the table run demo I gave you a couple of minutes ago was actually in that beginner mode. So the cars can actually be quite a lot faster, but that would be really too fast on a tabletop. So yeah, for instance, if you'd run these cars on a Kyosho Mini Z track, it wouldn't be out of place. Would be a nice scale, I think, for these cars. And more downsides, yeah, you can't easily take out the battery. You charge them via this plug, right? And so if the battery is done, that does take quite a while, about an hour. But you can't then switch out the battery for a new one. You will have to charge the car and wait for that to happen. Other than that, I very much like these cars. Again, personal taste if you like the looks of them, but I do like how they drive. And I'll probably pick up 1 or 2 other in case I have friends over. That way you can run a race with these. Yeah, okay, so that's it. If you are left with questions, hit me up a comment down below. I will probably do another video in which I demo a race with these cars. Coming up. For now, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next video. Bye bye.